dive into the epic parallels between the rising of the Shield Hero, the biblical story of David and Goliath, and Groyper War 2? Get ready for an action-packed journey through battles, strategy, and unwavering determination as we explore how Nick Fuentes and his Groypers mirror these legendary stories. I'm your host, Mitsuri, and in today's video, we'll break down the top 10 comparisons that show how this fight is nothing short of heroic. Buckle up, this is gonna be one wild ride. Number 10. Nick Fuentes is like Naofumi and David. In the Rising of the Shield Hero, Naofumi starts off falsely accused, with the odds stacked against him. Yet, he perseveres, using his intelligence and resourcefulness to fight back against a system that's rigged against him. In Groyper War 2, Nick Fuentes faces a similar battle against the political establishment, the media, and Trump's moderate campaign managers. Just like David faced Goliath with nothing but a slingshot, Nick uses his wit and strategy to lead the Groypers in the fight for America first. Nick's role as the underdog is what makes this comparison to Naofumi and David so fitting. Despite being underestimated by the establishment, Nick, like Naofumi and David, refuses to back down. His leadership in Groyper War 2, much like Naofumi's journey, is defined by resilience and the determination to fight for what's right, even when the odds are against him. Number 9. Trump is like Raftalia, and Nick must save him. In Shield Hero, Naofumi takes Raftalia under his wing, guiding her as she grows stronger while protecting her from the forces that would harm her. Similarly, Nick Fuentes views Trump as someone who needs to be saved from the corrupting influences of his campaign managers, Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita. Just as Naofumi fights to defend Raftalia, Nick is leading Groyper War 2 to protect Trump and steer him back toward his America First roots. Nick's mission to save Trump is crucial, much like Naofumi's role in protecting Raftalia. Trump, like Raftalia, has potential, but is surrounded by influences that could lead him astray. Through Groyper War 2, Nick is fighting to ensure that Trump stays true to the values that first made him a powerful leader, just as Naofumi helps Raftalia become stronger while shielding her from harm. Number 8. Groyper War 2 is epic, like the Rising of the Shield Hero. The Rising of the Shield Hero is filled with epic battles, intense drama, and high stakes, making it a captivating story of survival and victory. Groyper War 2 mirrors this same sense of epic confrontation as Nick Fuentes leads the Groypers against the political establishment. Whether it's the Michigan operation or protesting Trump's drift toward moderation, Groyper War 2 is packed with action and strategy, just like Naofumi's fight against the corrupt kingdom in Shield Hero. Both stories show that epic battles aren't just fought with weapons, but with strategy, conviction, and a willingness to face adversity. Nick's leadership in Groyper War 2, like Naofumi's journey, is defined by the desire to overcome impossible odds and fight for a better future, making both stories a testament to the power of perseverance. Number 7. Nick Fuentes is extremely smart, like Naofumi. Naofumi in The Rising of the Shield Hero isn't the most powerful hero in terms of raw strength, but he uses his intelligence to overcome the challenges thrown his way. Similarly, Nick Fuentes' sharp intellect is a major asset in Groyper War 2. He outsmarts his opponents with strategic planning and quick thinking, much like Naofumi devises clever solutions to defeat his enemies and protect his allies. Nick's ability to navigate the complex political landscape mirrors Naofumi's cunning as he fights against those who wronged him. Just as Naofumi uses his shield to protect and strategize, Nick uses his platform to guide the Groypers, ensuring that they remain focused on the larger mission of reclaiming the America First movement. Number 6. Humor as a tool in Groyper War 2. Though the Rising of the Shield Hero is packed with tense battles and high stakes, there are moments of humor and lightheartedness that provide relief from the intensity. Naofumi's interactions with his allies often bring moments of laughter. Similarly, in Groyper War 2, Nick Fuentes often uses humor during his live streams, reacting to super chats and talking about the movement in a way that keeps spirits high, even during difficult moments. Humor plays a critical role in maintaining morale in both stories. Whether it's Naofumi bantering with Raphtalia, or Nick making light of the establishment's attacks, these moments of levity are crucial in any long battle. Nick's humor keeps the Groypers engaged and ready to keep fighting, just as Naofumi's lighthearted moments bring balance to his challenging journey. Number 5. Nick Fuentes is guided by Jesus. While the Rising of the Shield hero may not directly feature Jesus Christ, Naofumi's journey is filled with moments of faith, where he relies on his inner strength and a higher sense of purpose. Nick Fuentes, however, makes it clear that his faith in Jesus Christ guides him in Groyper War 2. Nick sees this battle as not just political, but spiritual, and believes that his mission is divinely inspired, much like how Naofumi finds a deeper sense of purpose as he protects those around him. Both Nick and Naofumi are driven by a cause greater than themselves. Naofumi fights to protect Raphtalia and others from the corrupt forces threatening their world, while Nick fights to restore Christian values in America and protect the integrity of the America First movement. Their commitment to a higher purpose is what fuels their determination. Number 4. Fighting Goliath to enter heaven. In the Rising of the Shield hero, Naofumi is constantly fighting the waves of calamity to protect the world from destruction. Groyper War 2 has its own version of waves, with Nick Fuentes leading the charge against AIPAC's influence, and the moderate forces corrupting Trump's campaign. Just as Naofumi's battle is essential to the survival of his world, Nick's fight is crucial for saving America from losing its Christian values and sovereignty. For those who believe in Nick's mission, participating in Groyper War 2 is not just a political fight, but a moral one. Standing up to AIPAC and the establishment is seen as part of God's plan for restoring America to its Christian roots, and Nick believes that those who fight with him are doing God's work. Much like Naofumi's fight against the waves is essential for saving the world, Nick's mission is essential for protecting the future of America. Number 3. Nick isn't alone, just like Naofumi and his party. Naofumi doesn't fight his battles alone. He has Raphtalia, Philo, and others by his side to help him on his journey. Similarly, Nick Fuentes isn't waging Groyper War 2 by himself. He's supported by allies like Alex Jones, Zherka, and Sneeko, who amplify the message and stand with him in the fight against the political establishment. Just as Naofumi builds a loyal party to help him fight, Nick's allies are a crucial part of his movement. In both cases, these allies aren't just passive followers. They actively contribute to the fight. Raphtalia and Philo are essential in Naofumi's battles, just as Alex Jones, Zherka, and Sneeko help spread the message of Groyper War 2 and rally more people to the cause. Together, they form a strong front that challenges the powerful forces trying to silence them. Number 2. Nick will win like Naofumi and David. In both the Rising of the Shield hero and the biblical story of David and Goliath, the underdog wins despite overwhelming odds. Naofumi, despite being falsely accused and hated, rises to become one of the most powerful heroes. David, with just a slingshot, defeats the giant Goliath. Similarly, Nick Fuentes believes that Groyper War 2 will ultimately succeed because the fight for truth and righteousness always triumphs over evil. Nick's belief in the justice of his cause mirrors Naofumi's determination to clear his name and protect the world from the waves. No matter how many obstacles are placed in their path, both Nick and Naofumi prove that persistence and faith in the right cause can lead to victory, even when the odds seem impossible. Number 1. Groyper War 2 is so much fun. The Rising of the Shield hero is known for its thrilling battles, high-stakes drama, and intense confrontations, and Groyper War 2 is no different. With Nick Fuentes leading the Michigan operation and Groypers protesting Trump's moderation, every moment is filled with action and strategy. Just as Naofumi faces the corrupt kingdom and the waves of calamity, Nick is battling political elites, the media, and the forces trying to suppress the America First movement. Both Groyper War 2 and Shield Hero are stories of resilience, action, and never backing down in the face of adversity. With each protest, livestream, and rally, Groyper War 2 becomes an epic saga of its own, where Nick Fuentes leads his Groypers in the fight to reclaim America's future, much like Naofumi leads his party to protect their world from destruction. And there you have it! We've seen how Groyper War 2, like the Rising of the Shield hero and David's battle against Goliath, is a fight for truth and justice against overwhelming odds. Nick Fuentes, much like Naofumi and David, leads with resilience and strategy. Thanks for joining me on this thrilling journey. Stay tuned for more epic comparisons, and remember, the fight for America First is just beginning.